Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and I should not be making this video this late at night. It is almost past 12, it's like 5 minutes till 12, and I'm certain that this video will go much longer. I'm tired, but this is when, it's around 10 or 11 o'clock is when I usually like to watch my My Hero Academia stuff on Saturdays. I know it comes out on Saturday mornings, but you know I actually live my daily life. My daily life can't stop for My Hero Academia. I just got done watching episode 4. Okay, so I didn't do a review last week because I was doing some stuff and I just didn't have time to make a video last week. Not to mention, last week's episode, while a lot happens, there's not much to talk about. So, just real quick, I'll briefly talk about it. So, everything in that episode, I absolutely enjoyed. I absolutely loved it. They talked about and shown little panels in the manga, and I'm a manga reader. They showed little panels of how the kids were using their quirks and trying to get better using their quirks, and it's been such a long time that it's been such a long time since I've read those chapters, and I read those long time ago, like months ago, guys. So, not to mention everything that they brought in episode 3 was almost brand new. Like, a lot of the stuff that was in episode 3 did not happen in the manga, and that's not to say that was bad. It was actually really good. You see, the manga can only do so much. It has to continue on the story. What's great about anime is they can show you the slice of life kind of things, and they can show you the more funny aspects of these guys' powers. Like, the one that I truly loved was probably Shoto in the bathtub, freezing his butt off, and then boiling his butt off, and freezing his butt off again. That made me laugh. And the whole thing about Katron burning his hands off to make sure he can use his quirk harder, I thought was really cool. And then the one thing about Momo eating to create more and it being similar to how poop works, I thought was hilarious. Like, I'm not one for poop jokes or fart jokes. Like, every now and again, they fart, it's kind of funny, because you don't expect it. But I'm not one for fart jokes or poop jokes in my shows of anything. And yet, here's one of My Hero Academia, and I actually loved it. That's the sad part. This show just does even poop jokes better than anybody else. And I'm sorry that I have a lot of saliva in my mouth. And Deku was the funniest part. Deku training, and I don't know, I know how his quirk works. You have to clench your buttocks to use one for all, and yell at the depths of your heart, smash. That's how the quirk works. But that face Deku made me absolutely just straight up laugh. And then everything else about the episode about Kota, especially, it's just like what Inari was going through from Naruto. I've talked about that briefly in my episode 2 review, and episode 3 was great. Okay, episode 3, everything from episode 3 was fantastic. And I just loved the fact that Kota really expressed his view to the audience. Not to Deku specifically, but we got... That's why I love about this anime. When they talk to themselves in their head, we get to hear it and really get to hear what they think. So it's almost like they're telling us. The character itself is telling us how he feels. And I love that about Kota. Episode 4 happens, okay? Well, at the end of episode 3, the villains attack, and that's basically the cliffhanger they left us on. Episode 4, we got the fights between Midoriya and Musclehead, which was actually seen in the opening of it. Of course, in the opening, Midoriya is in his super suit. Here, he's actually not. But, oh my god, like, I knew from the manga that he was going to use 100% of his power. I was not expecting 1,000,000% of his power. That was not in the manga, or if it was, I don't remember it. I don't remember the manga ever saying he used 1,000,000% of All Might's power and going just beyond what he is normally capable of. And seeing it animated, like, I knew, I liked the visuals in the manga, but seeing them animated, seeing how the quirk works on Mr. Muscle, it is so, the word is creepy, for a good reason. It looks creepy. And seeing the way it actually swelled out of his arms and buffed up, and it was creepy. And the way he got more and more and more powerful with how the muscle works, I thought was just epic. And then Midoriya smashing it. Detroit smashing it. Awesome. Awesome. And then, just at the end, when it seems like Midoriya has somewhat won at this point. You know what? Let me take a step back. There's this point where Midoriya looks like he is about to lose. He's apologizing to his mom and All Might. He looks like he's about to die. And I know I read the manga. But forget about the manga. At that point, I felt like he was going to die. I thought he was going to die. And then Kota uses his little quirk to get Musclehead's attention, giving Midoriya the very tiny second that he needs. Similar to how Midoriya saved All Might with just that one tiny second of gain Shigaraki's attention. It was the same way. And Midoriya just Detroit smashing that muscle head. I mean, my god. Epic. Epic. That's all I have to say about it. Absolutely effing epic, man. Epic. Epic. It was so cool. This is not my favorite fight. This is not my favorite fight in My Hero Academia. Obviously, we've had much better, and I know what's coming up. We are going to get a way better fight. But just seeing Midoriya and knowing what he's been through, knowing the training he's been through, it just puts a gigantic nerd smile on my face. And seeing him in this episode, awesome. Absolutely, positively awesome. Awesome. And the little quote at the end, with the kid saying, "My hero." That is how you write a story. It's simple. That is how you write a story with a character. And you know what? Naruto has done it too. Naruto has done it very well. If I'm comparing this to Naruto, there's really no comparison. This is actually done much better than Inari from Naruto, in my opinion. Only because of the storyline. Only because of the storyline. Still, Naruto was the one who originally did it, and I absolutely loved it in Naruto, and I absolutely loved it in this. Him saying, "My hero," the look of Deku with his arm completely smashed off, his shirt ripped off like something from Dragon Ball Z, the electricity of One for All flowing through him. Episode 4 was awesome. We also got a little bit of insight into what the bad guy's plan is. They're not going after Deku. They are in fact going after Kacchan. Why? I know why because I read the manga. I ain't spoiling anybody, so I'm not going to tell you why. Just know that they are in fact going to go after Kacchan, and here's a little bit of a spoiler. They are going to capture Kacchan, and that's going to lead into the next arc of My Hero Academia. The next arc of My Hero Academia is coming up very much quickly. A lot quicker than I thought that it was going to come up. And the way that they're doing this, they might actually get through quite a lot this season because they still have like 21 episodes left. That's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of time that they can do. If they keep it like this, they can really smash through a lot of what happens in the manga. By the way, Class B. I love the insights in Class B. And you know what? We got that a little bit in the manga, but it's always fun to get just a little bit more insights on some cool and interesting looking characters that may not get as much shine that they deserve in the manga. And they're definitely trying to give them more shine in the anime, and I'm just thankful for that. I really am. It puts a really big smile on my face and puts a little twist on the story from the manga, which I love. And of course, if Toriyama could just sit there and write it, he'd probably put tons and tons and tons. I said Toriyama, didn't I? Oh my god. Horikoshi. I meant Horikoshi. He would put tons and tons and tons of insight into characters' minds all day long. That could probably just be a 1, 2, 3 chapters long. He can't do that because he has to keep the story going in the manga. But here in the anime, we can get that. We have the time to get that insight into characters' minds and gain into the heads of Class B. I just really enjoyed it. I every single part of the episode I absolutely love. Horikoshi, and I'm butchering his name. I'm butchering the guy's name, and I'm sorry. I can never pronounce the guy's name right. But Horikoshi, you have a fantastic series on your hands, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see more. You know, one of the big things about me is, the big things that I'm looking forward to, and not just from the anime's point of view, but really from the manga, is what he plans to do with All Might. Because I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will say this. All Might's character is very interesting, and we don't know much of the character, and I'm interested to see how Horikoshi, the creator, takes the character. And I hope that in the future we get more insight into the character. And that seems to be the case in Season 3. Again, I know what happens in Season 3 because I've read the manga. I'm not going to spoil it. I can't wait to know more. I can't wait to know more. And at the end of this episode, that's all I had in my brain is why? Why did you end it here? Why did the episode have to end? I just wanted to sit there and watch through it more and more. And you know what? I'm gonna go back and watch the episode again. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Dylan Latham. Love My Hero Academia. It's absolutely awesome and it's back. It's back. I'm out. Like, share, subscribe for more, every Wednesday I am doing anime-related videos, which includes, of course, My Hero Academia. It could include Attack on Titan in the future. It also could include One Punch Man Season 2, whenever that comes out in the future. I'm done. I'm out. Bye! Awesome episode!